Welcome back to Move It Sivine. Today we are doing something that I think is one of the most important things you can do for your body right now, a full posture reset for the upper back and thoracic spine. Here is something I want you to know before we start. For every inch your head sits forward of your shoulders, your spine feels approximately 10 extra pounds of load. Most people's heads are 2 to 3 inches forward of where they should be. That means your neck and upper back are carrying 20 to 30 extra pounds of weight every single day. Every hour at a desk, every time you look at your phone, that load accumulates and over time it shows up as neck pain, headaches, rounded shoulders, fatigue, and even difficulty breathing deeply because the chest can't fully expand. But here's the good news: the thoracic spine is designed to move, and with the right exercises done consistently, this is completely reversible. That's what we're doing today. All you need is a mat, a chair, and optionally a resistant band or a rolled blanket. Let's begin. Sit toward the front edge of your chair. Interlace your fingers behind your head, not pulling on the neck, just supporting it. Now gently lean back so that your upper back drapes over the top edge of the back of your chair. Let your head fall back slightly if that's comfortable and breathe into the front of your chest. Let your sternum lift toward the ceiling, no force. What's happening here is a direct extension of the thoracic spine, and we breathe. The opposite of the forward rounding we do all day. That's why we're here. And we're going to repeat it just 2 times. Come up, take a nice deep breath, and go back again. The chair back acts as a fulcrum, targeting the exact segment of the spine that needs it the most. You may feel gentle clicks or releases. That's completely normal. You could put a blanket over the back of your chair for comfort. This is decompressing. We're just doing it twice, holding 2 to 4 breaths each. Coming up and releasing the arms, shake it off, and we're going to move onto the mat. Come onto your hands and knees, wrists under the shoulders, knees under your hips. We're going to do a cat-cow, but today I want you to focus specifically on the middle of the upper back rather than the lower back. Inhale, look up into the cow. Lift your sternum forward and up. And exhale, round your back. And inhale, look up, shoulder blades together. Let the upper chest open. Feel the movement initiate from between your shoulders. And exhale, let your shoulder blades spread wide apart. Inhale, look up. Open the heart. And exhale, feel the back of your ribs expanding with your breath. And again, inhale, look up. And exhale. Total of 8. We have 4 more. So your thoracic spine has 12 vertebrae and it connects to your rib cage, which means every breath you take has the potential to mobilize it. We're using that connection intentionally today. Slow breath into the movement up and exhale down. Beautiful. Inhale, look up, shoulders together, and exhale, round your back. Beautiful. We completed 8 sets. Now moving to thread the needle. Stay on your hands and knees. Take your right arm and slide it along the floor under your body to the left. Let your right shoulder and the right side of your head come down to rest on the floor. Your left hand can stay in place or reach forward. This pose creates a beautiful rotational stretch through the thoracic spine and releases the rhomboids and mid-trapezius. 2 to 4 breaths here. And then come back up to repeat it on the other side. So the muscles between your shoulder blades that become chronically shortened and overworked when we round forward, we're stretching those. Here's something important. The rotation in this pose comes from the thoracic spine, not the lower back. So resist the urge to let your hips rotate. Keep them squared and let the movement come from the mid-back. You could use a yoga block in between your legs if your hips are not staying square. And coming back up. Wonderful work. Moving on to prone cobra. So come down to lying on your stomach. Arms by your side, legs hip width apart, forehead resting on the mat. Inhale, begin to lift your head, chest, and upper back away from the floor. And exhale, coming back down. Inhale, pressing down gently through your hands if you need it, or keep them hovering. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and exhale down. Inhale, come up, keep your lower back long. We're trying to create a big back bend here. We're targeting the upper and mid back specifically. Exhale down. Inhale up. We're going to do total of 8. So move through and think about how you're lifting yourself up. If your stomach is engaged, the prone cobra directly strengthens the erector spine and the rhomboids and the lower trapezius, the muscles responsible for holding your spine upright against gravity. These muscles are chronically weak in people who sit, which is exactly why sitting feels tiring rather than restful after a while. Wonderful work. We're going to move to the wall chest opener. So come to a standing at a wall. Place your right palm flat on the wall at a shoulder height, arms straight. Now slowly rotate your body to the left away from the wall while keeping your hand in place. Feel the stretch through the front of the right shoulder and chest, the pectoral major and anterior deltoid. These muscles shorten when we round forward, and they physically prevent the thoracic spine from extending properly. Stretching them is not optional if we want to fix the posture. It's essential. And same thing on the other side. Again, I always choose 2 or 4 deep breaths depending how deep you're breathing. Don't force it. Let the rotation be gradual and let the breath deepen the stretch. Then switch sides. You can do it twice or just like me once. And if you have a doorway or 2 walls available, you can do both sides at once. Hands on the door frame at shoulder height, step forward and let your chest open through the doorway. Even more effective. Moving on to a seated rows with resistance band if you have it. Come to a seated on the floor. You could also do it on the chair if you need it. Legs extended. Loop your resistance band around the balls of your feet and one on each hand. Sit tall, spine long, not leaning back. Bend your elbows and pull them back behind you and release like you're rowing a boat. Pull and release 10 times. Squeeze your shoulder blades together at the back of the movement and release. Hold for a second up there and then slowly release. This exercise directly strengthens the mid and lower trapezius and the rhomboids, the muscles that retract the shoulder blades and counteract the forward rounding of the upper back. This is the pulling strength that most people are completely missing because we spend almost no time in daily life pulling things towards us horizontally. So it's a great exercise. Keep the movement slow and controlled. Feel the space between your shoulder blades working. And then we're going to move on to the wall angels. You can do it standing or like me seated with your back against the wall. And press the back of your head, your upper back, and ideally your lower back gently into the wall as you're doing your angels. You could do them 4 to 8 times or more. Elbows can be bent at 90 degrees if keeping them straight does not feel good. Slowly sliding your arms up the wall, keeping the back of your arms and hands in contact with the wall the entire time if it's accessible to you. Until your arms are as straight overhead as possible is our goal. This is harder than it looks. The moment your lower back arches away from the wall or your shoulders shrug up towards your ears, that's your body cheating because the thoracic mobility and shoulder blade control aren't there yet. So great exercise to repeat every day if you can. That's why we're doing this. And wonderful. Coming on to the child's pose with arm reach now. So come to kneeling, sit your hips back toward your heels and fold forward into the child's pose. Walk your arms as far forward as they'll go, pressing your palms into the mat. Now actively reach your fingertips forward while simultaneously sinking your chest towards the floor. This creates a beautiful traction through the thoracic spine. You can go up to your fingertips if you want, lengthening in the opposite direction to all the decompression we've been addressing. Breathe into the back of your ribs, 2 to 5 breaths here. Feel the upper back expanding with each inhale. This pose is both a stretch and a moment of integration. Let your nervous system absorb everything we've done. Beautiful work. And slowly release to come up, to move on to our thoracic rotation seated. You can do it on the chair. I'm doing it on the floor. So come to a seated, if you're like me, cross-legged or in a comfortable position of your choice. Interlace your fingers behind your head, sit tall, grow through the crown of your head, and rotate your upper body to the right and then to the left, leading with your elbow, letting your thoracic spine rotate, keeping your hips stable. Hold for a breath when you rotate and come back, and then rotate and come back. This is actually designed for rotation. Your thoracic spine is designed for this, so it has more rotational capacity than any other part of the spine. But when it's stiff from poor posture, that rotation gets lost and the lower back tries to compensate, which is leading cause of lower back pain. So by restoring our rotation, we're not just improving posture, but we're protecting the lower back. Beautiful work. And this is it. We're going to move on to our Shavasana. If you have a rolled blanket or a pillow like I do, for our final rest, you can lie on it. Place it horizontally across your mat. Lie back so that your roll sits directly under your mid-back, right at the thoracic spine. Let your arms fall open to the sides, palms up. Let your head rest on the floor. This supported position allows gravity to passively open the thoracic spine and chest. A gentle, sustained stretch that you don't have to actively do anything to receive. Just breathe. Let the weight of your body do the work. If it's uncomfortable, adjust the roll slightly up or down until it feels gentle and opening rather than a sharp sensation. And we rest here now. Slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes to awaken the body again, to slowly come up to a seated position. So that is your posture reset. And I want you to notice something right now. Feel where your shoulders are sitting. Feel the back of your neck compared to where you started. That is what your body is capable of when you give it the right movement. But I want to be honest with you, one class won't undo years of forward rounding. Consistency is what changes posture. 2 or 3 times a week over several weeks, and you will see and feel a real difference. Please leave a comment below and tell me, do you feel this mostly in your neck, your upper back, your shoulders? I read every single one. Let's breathe together and lift your arms up to the sky as you inhale. Palms together, exhale in front of our chest for Namaste. New class every Thursday. Subscribe and follow, and I will see you next. Have a good day.